getting engaged in, and hopefully that will help us as adults look to be a little bit more open as well, so we can learn a lot from the little kids. That's what it's all about.
That's right. I often wonder how many of these kids that have went to camp together are one day going to be leaders together.
Amen.
Or working together in the future, and it could have started right here.
Yeah, that's true.
At a week of camp.
That's true. Well, that's something that hopefully as you move on with these Windshake camps and communities, that might be something you may be able to track and see who comes at the end of it down there and say, hey, I went to a Windshake camp 15 years ago.
Right.
Great to hear one day. Hopefully that'll happen. We pray that it will. So, well, one of the things that I know that you've talked to me about off camera, which was want to mention, is about maybe your expansion. I think y'all going to be moving to the 5th grade. Talk to us a little bit about what y'all planning to do and when that's going to take place as far as expanding the 5th grade.
We are coming up in this fall. We're taking registration right now for 5th grade classroom. We started with kindergarten a few years ago, and we've added a grade a year up to the 5th grade. And so we have been, the church has approved for the school to grow through middle school and high school as needed to grow. So it's kind of as God leads us, and as the committee and the board and all feels like it's time to add a grade, we'll continue adding those grade levels up through the 12th grade.
Good.
So it's a different type of education. People say, well, why do you need to have a school there? But Christian education is a little bit different. We hear all the time of different things. We're very supportive of the public school system. We're very supportive of CCA that's in town. Our kids are all friends with everybody, that sort of thing. But we wanted the opportunity to really work towards a biblical worldview with our school system, with our school, and it's definitely different because they get to include Bible study as a subject, and they get to include arts and music and some things like that. We get to have a worship service every week. We have chapel on Wednesdays, and the kids get to come together and worship. The kids get to lead worship. Some things like that they just don't have opportunities other places, and this is a choice that the parents wanted to be able to provide for these kids.
Exactly. Well, I, for one, my daughters in Savannah and Waycross were reared in a Christian school, so we definitely value that as my family, and I hope that's something that some of the people, if that's their choice, will take stock in as far as that. So definitely, I'm glad there's a place for everything in life, and obviously to give people a choice.
That's exactly
in regards to that. So that's what it's all about. Well, I'm glad that y'all are looking at expanding that. Hopefully y'all much success in that regard, and hopefully take the baby steps in life, and that's what it's all about. One other thing that we probably want to mention as well, and before we kind of close out on anything that you might want to talk about, is about this week prayer walk. I think is coming up, and I'll let you expound on it. You probably know a little bit more than I, even though our churches are working on this endeavor together. So
that's right. This Saturday morning at 9:30, the Lighthouse and Greater Destiny and First Baptist are coming together. We're going to begin over at the walking track over behind the Board of Education, and if people will meet up there at 9:30, there will be packets of areas, maps handed out, and you won't have to walk from there all the way across town. It's a prayer walk, but you'll go to an area where you've been led to pray over the community, and you can drive to that area and just get out and just walk, and you'll have a list of things in that community to pray for. That is another sense of that. We need to be aware of our communities, and our communities need to come together, and really what we need is God to bless our communities, to draw us together as partners in everything that we do, so that we are holding each other accountable, holding each other up, helping each other out. Everything that the church was called to do. And that's what we want to just bathe this community in prayer and put that out. We would love to have several hundred people. I know, I think I heard this morning that Greater Destiny might have like 150 people coming.
I believe that's what the goal is.
I'm
hoping
if the other churches can match that.
That's what we're trying. Greater Destiny, you heard that, right? We are trying. As a matter of fact, that was repeated this Sunday. So we want to have at least over 100 people that show up to help out with this endeavor. Because one of the things that I think a lot of people think in regards to community is someone will deal with it. Someone will address the ill wills or challenges in our community. Well, that someone is us as communities. And the church is the foundation of being the catalyst of that change and that positive focus. So hopefully this will be a way that we can get people energized about what they need to hopefully help their communities, try to help positive change happen in our community. Not saying that there's a whole lot of challenges that we have, but we need to make sure that we're still moving in a positive direction and shore up some of the places that we are weak in, and as far as that. So I'm glad
unity, like we talked about earlier with the kids. The lesson we can learn from them is a key.
Unity as far as that, and showing people we all come together for one common focus, because at the end of the day we all hopefully striving for the same thing. And that's what it's all about. Hopefully prosperity, peace, and harmony amongst all people, so that they can live and be productive, and that's what is that, and that makes my job a lot easier. Most definitely. So we're going to let you state any final words or anything that you want to share with the public about the WinShape Camp community, and any other things that you think might be pertinent to help people understand what's going on and what they can get engaged in as far as that. Okay.
Love to tell people about registering for WinShape if they'd like to contact me this week, as well as volunteering for WinShape, and come by and see it. We also are doing a few other camps in-house at our church, and we've had about 60 kids there the past 2 weeks. And so a lot of people that come to WinShape said, do you have anything for my kids after WinShape?
Oh, yeah.
So we do have 4 other camps, so they can contact me about those. Not nearly as big as WinShape, but we're just trying to keep the kids continually to grow, keep them active, give them something to do. A lot of parents are still working. They're not able to be home with their kids during the summer. And so they need just something for the kids to do, and so that's what we're trying to provide.
So there's a lot of great opportunities. First Baptist, WinShape. There's other summer camps that are going on as well this summer. I know the Boys and Girls Club are doing some activities as well. So a lot of positive things for your children to be engaged in. Just look into some of these and avail yourself to them. We deeply appreciate Ms. Robertson's leadership in regards to this is on top of running the school as well as this, so we appreciate what you do there. But the WinShape Camp has been a great blessing to Douglas, Coffee County, and we hope that we'll have many, many, many more years of success. We hope that at the end of some all this, or somewhere in the beginning in all this, there will be a Chick-fil-A coming our way down the road. So we keep praying that prayer as well. So we'll see how that all comes to fruition. But thank you for being on the show. We appreciate what you're doing. Don't forget June the 8th through the 12th, and definitely Monday through Friday, and I think they're going to have a community come out on Friday to participate with the kids and hopefully just see what they're doing as well as that. So thank y'all for participating with this, and thank y'all for everything that you do. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll be back with some comments. We're back with more Douglas on My Mind, and as I stated before the last break, we want to talk to you about a few things that I will cover, but I want to once again thank Ms. Diane Robertson from First Baptist, the director of schools there in regards to pre-K through child's age up to 4th grade at this point. They're doing the Wind Shape Camp. Hope that you avail yourself to that if you have the opportunity. I think that's June the 8th through the 12th of next week. So hope that you will participate if you have an opportunity. I want to talk to you about a few things that's been on my mind, and I know the community's probably been aware of, on a personal note, I guess to some degree, about my endeavor with the city of Albany I was one of the finalists for that position over there. Me and the young lady, Mrs. Sharon Subadan, who now is going to be appointed as the new city manager of Albany. We, as a family, me and my wife and my kids, look to that endeavor. As you may have heard, obviously that did not happen, did not come to pass. But I had to try to look into that endeavor. It was an opportunity I just couldn't miss out on because of it had came up once or twice, or I think one more time in my career path. So I wanted to at least look at that opportunity again, since it crossed my path again. And but as I've talked to my pastor, and one of the things I've learned in life, the good Lord orders your steps, and obviously He has purposed me to be here in Douglas, Coffee County. And so I am very pleased to continue being here. I just want to tell everybody I thank you for your support and your prayers through that endeavor. It was a very tedious one. Learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about that process, and there's no major issues going on with me here in Douglas in regards to that. I just want to let everybody know that it was just an opportunity that I want to see if I had a desire to proceed with. So just want to let everybody know that. I know I've been asked, I know people come up to me all the time, I heard you applying for Albany, or I heard that this is happening, is anything wrong, is the mayor commission give you any problem? Yeah, no, nothing of that nature. It just was an opportunity, just like anyone that would have an opportunity to hopefully promote themselves to a higher position of things of that nature. So that's all it was. So I hope that helps everybody understand, and appreciate everybody's once again support and prayers through that process, because it was a very tedious one. I didn't know my face was going to be plastered on WALB and several other media outlets all the time, so I was like, Lord have mercy. But anyway, I'm just glad that process is over. I can kind of rest and relax now and go back to my normal routine of doing what I do here at the city of Douglas. A couple of things other that I want to mention to you. Coming in July, going forth, I believe we'll be changing the format of our Douglas on My Mind show. We'll have the Douglas on My Mind show that Georgia Henderson will be hosting, but we also bring on a new program. It's going to be called Our Heritage, and that's going to be hosted by Carol Morgan. Miss Morgan is our chairman of our Historical Society, and the Historical Society runs the museum for us. And we hope that this will give you some insight on different things, our heritage, our history here in Coffee County, and avail much about certain interesting people and facts and things of that nature might be of interest to you that you'll watch and take advantage of. So those will be the two shows that will be going forth from I believe July on, and once again that'll be Carol Morgan. She'll be doing Our Heritage, and Georgia Henderson will be doing the Douglas on My Mind show. That will be one time a month in regards to that. So you may not see me back on the air. From time to time, you may see me doing special things or whatever in replace of Georgia to back her up. But primarily, that's kind of how we're going to hopefully move forward as far as that. Also want to talk to you about our parks. As y'all may know, we have been working very diligently on our parks. Roundtree has been one, a major focus that we've been working on, but we're also going to be looking at Wheeler and Eastside. We also done some work over at Davis Wade and some of the other parks that we still have some work on. What we are trying to do is make them as accessible and safe as possible. Trying to do some amenities upgrade, as you may have heard that we've been working with our tennis courts, Davis Wade, Roundtree, and Wheeler and Eastside are all